Imagine never sleeping again, not just skipping a night but erasing sleep from your life entirely. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's as vital as breathing or eating. Yet we treat it like an inconvenience, boasting about how little we get. But what if you stopped sleeping forever? Your mind would unravel, your body would break down, and every system would begin to fail, fast. Sleep is the reset button for your brain and body. Without it, you'd quickly descend into confusion, emotional chaos, and physical collapse. This isn't science fiction, it's a biological reality. Tonight, we'll explore what really happens when you never sleep again. Prepare yourself. The truth is more terrifying than any nightmare. Let's begin. After just 24 hours awake, the effects begin to take hold. Your body, designed for rest and rejuvenation, starts to feel the strain. Your brain is already in trouble. Cognitive functions begin to decline, and the intricate processes that keep you sharp and alert start to falter. You feel wired, a false sense of energy masking the underlying exhaustion, but your focus and memory are shot. Simple tasks become monumental challenges, and the ability to retain information diminishes rapidly. Like being legally drunk. Your reaction time slows and your judgment becomes severely impaired. Your body aches, every muscle protesting the lack of rest. Your eyes burn, strained and irritated from constant use, and your immune system weakens, leaving you vulnerable to illness. Emotionally, you're a mess, your resilience crumbles, and your ability to cope with stress diminishes. Irritable, anxious, and unpredictable. Your mood swings wildly, and you're prone to outbursts. The rational part of your brain shuts down, logic and reasoning take a back seat, leaving raw emotion in charge. Impulsive decisions become the norm. Time distorts, its passage becoming warped and unreliable. And you start forgetting simple things. Everyday objects and routines slip from your grasp. Your brain can't form new memories. The ability to learn and adapt is severely compromised. Or access old ones. Familiar faces and past experiences fade into the distance. You're losing your sense of self, your identity blurring at the edges. Drifting in a fog, reality becomes hazy and indistinct. This is just the first day. The initial descent into sleep deprivation. The real horrors are still ahead, the worst is yet to come. Sleep deprivation isn't just tiring, it's a fundamental assault on your well-being. It's a neurological earthquake. A cascade of damaging effects ripples through your brain. Your mind and body are already starting to unravel. The threads of your health begin to fray, and you're only getting started. The journey into the depths of sleep deprivation has just begun. 2 days without sleep and reality fractures. Your brain forces micro-sleeps, seconds-long blackouts you can't control. You might be talking or driving and suddenly you're gone. Cognitive collapse is total. You can't think, remember, or solve problems. Your body is in crisis, heart rate and blood pressure spike, and you're aging faster. Hallucinations begin, shadows move, voices whisper, reality blurs. You're trapped in a waking nightmare, losing your grip on what's real. The line between sleep and wakefulness dissolves. Your mind is breaking down, and your body is following. Every hour awake causes lasting harm. This isn't just exhaustion, it's temporary psychosis. You're a ghost in your own life, and you're still not done. After 72 hours, the situation takes a dramatic turn. Your sense of self begins to unravel. The very fabric of your identity starts to fray. It's as if the you that you know is slowly fading away, replaced by something unfamiliar and unsettling. Hallucinations become vivid, intense, and constant. The line between what's real and what's not blurs beyond recognition. These aren't just fleeting images, they're immersive experiences that can completely overtake your perception. Paranoia and delusion take over your mind. Every shadow seems to conceal a threat, every whisper sounds like a conspiracy. Trust erodes, replaced by a pervasive sense of unease and suspicion. You might find yourself talking to people who aren't there, engaging in one-sided conversations with figments of your imagination. These interactions feel incredibly real, further blurring the lines of reality. Or you might believe you're part of a sinister plot, caught in a web of intrigue and danger that exists only in your mind. These delusions can be incredibly powerful, shaping your actions and perceptions. Your immune system begins to fail, leaving you vulnerable to illness. Body temperature swings wildly, alternating between chills and fever, as your body struggles to maintain equilibrium, and tremors rack your muscles, causing uncontrollable shaking and spasms. These physical manifestations of sleep deprivation add to the already overwhelming sense of distress. Seizures become a very real and frightening risk as the electrical activity in your brain becomes increasingly erratic. Thought and language break down, making it difficult to communicate or even form coherent sentences. Your cognitive abilities are severely impaired. Eventually you might not even recognize your own face in the mirror. The person staring back at you is a stranger, a distorted reflection of the self you once knew. You're reduced to just a vessel of suffering, enduring unimaginable physical and mental agony. Completely disconnected from reality, adrift in a sea of confusion and despair. The world around you seems distant and unreal. Beyond 3 days, most people simply can't survive the relentless assault on their mind and body. The human body has limits, and prolonged sleep deprivation pushes it beyond those limits. Your body will eventually force a shutdown to protect itself, leading to unconsciousness, organ failure, or worse. The consequences are dire. Fatal familial insomnia tragically proves this point. It's a stark reminder of the vital role sleep plays in our survival. Because without sleep, death is ultimately inevitable. It's not a matter of if, but when. This rare and devastating disease relentlessly destroys the brain's sleep center, the very area responsible for regulating our sleep-wake cycle, leading to progressive madness, a complete mental deterioration, and ultimately death within a matter of months. It's a terrifying and heartbreaking condition. Sadly, there's currently no cure for fatal familial insomnia. It remains a medical mystery, a challenge to our understanding of the human brain. A life without sleep simply isn't a life at all. It's a constant state of suffering, a denial of one of our most fundamental biological needs. It's a biological impossibility, a violation of the natural laws that govern our existence. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity for survival. The year was 1964. A seemingly ordinary 17-year-old Randy Gardner embarked on an extraordinary and rather risky endeavor. He decided to stay awake, defying his body's natural rhythms, for a staggering 11 days straight. Imagine the mental fortitude, or perhaps the youthful naivete required for such a feat. This wasn't just a personal challenge, it was conceived as a science experiment, a foray into the unknown territories of the human mind and its dependence on sleep. By day 2, the effects of sleep deprivation began to manifest, subtly at first, but with an insidious creep. Randy found himself increasingly confused, his thoughts muddled, and his perception of reality slightly skewed. His vision became unfocused, simple tasks required immense concentration, and even then his efforts often fell short. But it was by day 4 that the experiment took a truly disturbing turn. Reality began to unravel as he hallucinated, his senses betraying him with phantom images and sounds. The irony? He was a star athlete, a football player at the peak of his physical prowess, now reduced to a state of mental fragility. Paranoia set in, a creeping sense of unease and suspicion that colored his every thought. His speech became slurred, a garbled mess of half-formed sentences. Memory loss followed, with recent events fading into a hazy fog. The cascade of sleep deprivation symptoms continued, each more alarming than the last. A team of dedicated researchers, observing and documenting every step of this descent, including the renowned sleep expert Dr. William Dement, meticulously tracked the deterioration. They documented his brain activity, or rather, the alarming lack thereof. It was shutting down in patches, with areas of the brain going offline intermittently. Randy, in those final days, wasn't truly awake. He existed in a liminal space, his mind a chaotic patchwork of sleep and wakefulness, a terrifying glimpse into the fragility of consciousness. Finally, the experiment came to an end, a merciful conclusion to a grueling ordeal. Randy collapsed into a deep slumber, sleeping for an incredible 14 hours straight, his body desperately trying to repair the damage inflicted. But the recovery was slow and arduous, taking days for him to regain a semblance of normalcy. He seemed to recover fully, returning to his life as a student and athlete, but his ordeal serves as a stark and unsettling warning to us all. Pushing the limits of sleeplessness, venturing into the dangerous territory of prolonged sleep deprivation, leads only to confusion, a disorientation that blurs the lines between reality and illusion. Paranoia, a relentless and insidious fear that erodes trust and distorts perception, and ultimately, a loss of self, a fragmentation of identity that leaves one adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Randy's story, a testament to the resilience and vulnerability of the human mind, remains the most chilling and well-documented case of voluntary sleep deprivation ever recorded, a cautionary tale etched in the annals of medical history. It's irrefutable proof, a stark reminder that the mind and body cannot survive, let alone thrive, without the restorative power of sleep. The cost of sleep deprivation is far too high, a price no one should be willing to pay. Why is sleep essential? Because it's when your brain cleans out toxins and consolidates memories. Skip sleep and waste builds up, raising your risk for diseases like Alzheimer's. Sleep is when your body repairs itself, releases growth hormone and strengthens your immune system. Without it, you get sick, weak, and age faster. Every organ relies on sleep's nightly reset. Humans can't live without sleep, it's not a flaw, but nature's smartest survival tool. To fight sleep is to fight your own biology, the truth. A sleepless life isn't longer or better, it's shorter, sicker, and emptier. Tonight, give your brain and body what they need. Don't just go to bed, surrender to sleep. It's the most powerful medicine you have.